Is it even possible for an independent music artist to make a full-time living from Spotify streams alone? I'm here to tell you that yes, this is absolutely possible. And in this video, I'll be breaking down the complete process for how to get there. So keep watching. Hey, I'm Reagan Ram with OrpheusAudioAcademy.com, helping you make better music and grow your fan base online. Now, you might be a little skeptical, right? Is it really possible to make a full-time living as an independent artist from Spotify? And yes, it is absolutely possible. In fact, I'll be going through a case study of someone who is actually doing this, is actually making a full-time income from Spotify and showing what they are doing to make it work. And in fact, if you watch all the way to the end, I'll even share a bonus strategy that a lot of independent artists are using to skyrocket their streams and make an extra $500 or $1,000 a month just from Spotify. And if you scale it up, you can get to that point where you are making a full-time income. So with that in mind, let's get into the steps. So step number one is to calculate what it actually costs to get there. So how many Spotify streams do you need to get to the point where you are making a full-time income? Well, if you want to make a full-time income of, say, $40,000 a year, then you would need to get roughly 10 million streams a year. And this breaks down to about 833,340 streams a month, or 27,778 streams a day. And if you want to know more about how Spotify pays artists and what the average payout per stream is, then you can check out my other video in the description below that walks through how Spotify pays artists. Now, I don't know about you, but that number sounds pretty daunting. That is a lot of streams. How are we ever supposed to get there as small independent artists? Well, we can break these numbers down a little bit more and we can find that they're not quite as scary as they sound at first glance. So let's say we're dividing those 27,700 streams down between 50 songs, right? So you have 50 songs published on Spotify. Then that's only 556 streams per day per song. That's much more manageable. Or let's say you got to the point where you have 100 songs published on Spotify. That's 278 streams per day per song. So much more within reach. And of course, we can implement strategies and tactics to get these 100 songs more listens. So like I said, on this video, I'm going to be giving a case study, going through an example of someone who is making a full-time income from Spotify and breaking down what are they doing to be successful. Now, I got this case study from an artist named Alex Devon, and he was interviewed by Andrew Southworth, and I'll actually link below to the full interview if you want to check that out. But this video is kind of condensing what I learned from that and also integrating that with what I've learned in my own results from Spotify and from studying other independent artists as well. So this is kind of a conglomerate of all that and also a case study of what Alex Devon is doing to be successful. So Alex Devon, he is a hip hop artist and he is making a full-time income from Spotify. And he covers a lot of different tactics and strategies of what he's doing to grow. So you can check out the full interview, like I said below. But I've kind of took away three key strategies that he used to get there. And so number one, as I kind of already broke down, is to release a lot of new music. As of the recording of this video, it looks to me that he has 110 songs on Spotify. So, right, the more songs you have, the more streams you're going to get. Plus, he released about 107 of those songs over the course of 6 years, so about 18 songs a year. And that's not crazy. I've heard of producers releasing a lot more music than that, up to like 50 songs in 1 year before. So, the key is to get to the point where you can release a lot of music quickly if you're wanting to make Spotify a key source of income. Now, I'm not a big fan of trying to go all in on Spotify and making Spotify your full-time income, but I do see it as a valuable stream of income. I'm all about building multiple streams of income for your music. In fact, in another video, which I'll also link below, I broke down the 7 key streams of income for independent artists, and streaming was only one of them, but it's definitely a key and very important stream of income, no pun intended. And it's also a great way to get discovered, right? Spotify is a great discovery platform. So I'm still very much in favor of releasing a lot of music, publishing consistently to Spotify. And the more songs you have out there, the more playlists you can get them on, the more you can promote, the more you can grow your streams. And most of his songs, aren't crazy popular. Most are sitting in about the 20,000 to 200,000 stream range. It's definitely, obtainable, but he does have a few songs that 3 songs actually that are over 1 million streams. But he also has some songs with as few as 3,500 streams. So the point is, if you get a lot of music out there, you have more shots to get a song that takes off. So the 3 benefits of releasing frequently and publishing a lot of music is, number 1, each song needs fewer streams to get you where you want to go. Also, the more songs you release, the more chances you have at one of them going big, blowing up, and going viral. And number 3, the third reason why to release a lot of music and release frequently is you get more promotions. Even if you only have like one major release a year, say an album, that's only one real part of the year where you can run a promotion. Whereas if you're releasing new music consistently, that's more promotions you can run and you can build up more momentum. All right, strategy number 2 for building a full-time income from Spotify is to build your own playlist. This is something that Alex Devon really worked at, was he started building his own playlist, right? He didn't want to just leave all the playlist building to other people. He was going to take charge and actually build his own playlists. And once he built up those followers, then he could obviously, his songs that are on those playlists are going to be getting him streams. And every time he releases a new song, he can add it to the playlist. And that's a built-in audience of streams that he can get. And in fact, he built 2 such playlists. One was called Feels, the other one Deep, and each currently have over 28,000 followers. So that's a lot of built-in streams. These playlists are also completely made up of his own music. And I think that works when you have a lot of songs out there, right? You can create a playlist around a mood or a feeling like he did here, and it can be completely made up of his own music because he has so many different songs. It still has a good amount of variety. It's still a quality playlist. Now, in general, I would recommend for most people that you'd probably want to mix in some other artists as well, especially for discoverability. But he made it work with just these 2 playlists. But he did run Facebook ads, Facebook and Instagram ads to help build up these playlists. So that was a big part of his strategy, was also investing money. And that moves me into the third strategy, which is if you really want to grow your streams, you want to go full time, then you're going to have to invest some money. You're going to have to run Facebook and Instagram ads. So key cog of Alex's growth was using Facebook and Instagram ads, which directed people off those platforms to Spotify. So these were like video ads showing a clip of his song, maybe a clip of a music video that allowed people to hear the song and then click off and go to Spotify where they could follow his playlist or follow him and stream his music. So when it comes to running successful ads, it's important to really understand what your microgenre is and who your ideal listeners are. Who are the people that are most likely to become fans? And then figuring out where they hang out at online, where they hang out on Facebook and Instagram specifically, because you want to be able to target them specifically with your ads. And so if you want to learn more how you can dive down into what your specific niche is, what your specific microgenre is, so you can know who to target with these ads, then definitely click below and grab my free microgenre discovery worksheet. And this will walk you through the process of identifying who your ideal fans are and how you can find them online. So with his ads, Alex started out small, just spending $40 to $60 a month, but he eventually escalated to the point where he was spending $500 a month on ads. But he was getting a return on his investment, right? He was spending that much, but he was actually making that money back from the streams he was getting from Spotify. So that's really cool. But man, Facebook ads, Instagram ads, that's a whole world in and of itself. Those take time to learn. You need to make good quality ads. You have to get your targeting down. You have to get your ad copy down. You have to get your video down. And it's a very complicated process that takes a while to learn. And it also takes a lot of money because you're going to be losing tons of money in the beginning. And I don't know about you, but that sounds kind of daunting and kind of a big barrier to entry for a lot of us indie artists. So I want to introduce you to a bonus strategy, which I don't think Alex used. He didn't mention this, but it's a great way to grow your Spotify streams and your followers if you don't have money to spend. It's a completely organic way to grow your streams, and that is by getting on user-generated playlists and hacking the Spotify algorithm. Now, if you want to learn more about how to do this, I actually have a complete free guide that you can grab in the description below that walks you through this process and how you can get your songs on these user-generated playlists. And why this is great is because it enables you to hack the Spotify algorithm, right? So the Spotify algorithm works by looking at these different positive indicators, right? So a save, a stream that goes, all the way through the whole song, somebody adding it to a playlist. These are all indicators to Spotify that, hey, this is a good song. I should share it with more people. And so if you can be getting your songs on more user-generated playlists, right? These are the only playlists you can directly reach out to. You can't reach out to like an editorial playlist, except when you're actually submitting your song, and you can't reach out to an algorithmic playlist, obviously. But you can control getting onto these user-generated playlists, and the more you get on, the more positive indicators you're giving to Spotify. So then Spotify will start to add your music to algorithmic playlists, and you can even get on these editorial playlists as well. And that's what's going to get the snowball rolling and really explode your Spotify stream. So if you want to learn how to implement this strategy, again, it's completely free. Then just grab my free guide below that'll walk you through how to do this. Or you can just go to orpheusaudioacademy.com/Spotify playlists. That's all one word. So with that in mind, what other questions do you have about growing on Spotify? Let me know in the comments below, and I'll be sure to check those out and cover those in future videos. Otherwise, if you want more help with growing your Spotify streams, then be sure to check out my video over here, which goes more into depth into some free and organic strategies that you can follow to grow your streams. All right, see you in the next video, and keep creating.